So it's the Scar with
Scar, right?
Okay, looks like some people are not happy that they got Scar.
Fuck is Ohio? Where the fuck is Ohio?
So interesting, Scar and Ruin and Lumberyard with Salient 42 and Logging Camp. Interesting point layout for HLE to attack. Salient 42 is probably one of the harder points on this map to capture, in my personal opinion. If we just go to that right now, it's just hard because of the bunker. In my personal opinion, it's just really difficult, especially on an offset point form. It can be really hard to push and maintain decent pressure, especially with the logging camp as well, because you do know if HLE do cap Scar, the Salient 42 area layout, they're probably gonna have one back here, probably one in these woods, maybe one on the border down here, and maybe one up here. I don't know what their, Legion's strategic plans are, but it's something that I would consider doing. As far as Ruin goes, pretty much the same thing. I think HLE will probably put a Gary down here, Gary over here, probably Gary somewhere over here, maybe over here. The thing is, though, if Legion's tanks, get to like this sort of ridge, basically, this ridge line, they really can't hide any Garys. Legion's tankers are really, really good at spotting things out. The Garys, maybe they see an OP spawn or something like that, they will mark it, they will kill it. And it's kind of vice versa to some degree. But this is all basically downhill for both sides, but this side has a little bit more cover. They have some houses and stuff that they can work with to push up, while this side, as soon as you basically crest the hill, you just have trees that you can like follow and stuff like that. We'll go to the HLE side of things. Looks like they're going to take a truck on this southern road. Felix, Matt, and Grants. And that's a whole bunch of ATs for HLE. And that on top of that truck. I'm curious if there might be any snipes. I don't see any snipes. Looks like they're going to opt for another light tank. Interesting. Looks like Slayer might be preparing something with his rocket. Anything up here in the north? Not really. Looks like they immediately took that light tank and went on the went to the middle of the map. So this will be interesting cap for both these teams of how they plan to execute it. Scar can be one of those points where it's slightly American sided as far as a hard cap, but it's, in my opinion, still German sided, just because this water does suck the cross at times. So we will get underway. We probably mark stuff. There we are. The Puma is coming down as well. It's a pretty aggressive supply drop from looks like we already have some sort of truck. I don't know if Legion's getting into position with that tank. Oh, looks like HLE did get a truck stuck slightly. They still have time. They don't have to panic quite yet. Like a Steward is in position. HLE just a little bit slow going to the point in that main truck where there's a lot of infantry from them. I don't know if a flare's popped up yet. No, there's not. As soon as the flare's popped up, I'm not sure if there's a Recon SL. Yakko is right there. Probably will pop a flare over Scar. I can see, yep, HLE will start contesting it. Looks like a flare was also shot from the other Recon SL. I'm not sure who that was, but did not pop up. I'm losing a little bit of frames. Have to move pretty slow. But lots of HLE in the hard cap. Legion, pretty good map control for the most part. But HLE is just going to really commit to, you know, sending everything they have for the hard cap. But, you know, they are going to start to capture the point. Flare goes up for HLE. Legion's slowly starting to cap it back towards their favor. UK takes out 2 with the car. If he can continue his hot streak right here against Duke and the rest of HLE that are having their OPs right behind. I go for a lot of people. He does go down to Duke. Not too sure with the HLE tanks are. Looks like they're probably going to build an AT gun from Hurtgen and Forest. I think a supply truck got blown up. Let's get a bit more down in the action here. Ivan gonna push Xander. Xander a little bit tunnel visioned. Ivan just jumping around like a bunny rabbit. Just go down to Xander. Oh shit. These sensitive controls in admin cam, I swear. And that looks to be a Legion cap.
The Confederacy is in control of a command post.
Are in control of a command post indeed. Question is HLE ready for a recap where they can, you know, quickly get their OPs back up? Obviously we can't see their map, but Legion, pretty good, you know, line across the board. Still have actually all their default tanks up and the extra spawned in light. Not sure what HLE would have coming up. They probably will have a tank coming up shortly. It looks like a lot of HLE did get wiped off the front door. Yes, they are spawning at some of the garrisons. Got Musty and Bubba over here. Probably the only ones that did get their OP down. Fortunate for them that they were, you know, at least a squad to do that. You know, keeps their presence over here, keeps Legion defense and other players on their toes. I'm really surprised that this Puma is it tracked? Well, it's dead now, so there goes that tank. Good shot by Tierney. Oh my gosh, the frame rate on Hurtgen kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. So this might be a interesting watch. Maybe it's just maybe the point of the map or where I'm at, but the frame rate on this map really sucks. I'm not gonna lie. HLE building a lot of AT guns. You like to see. I'm not too sure where the Legion tanks are. Like their medium is positioned pretty well, pretty hidden. Now JPL is coming up with a rocket probably. AT gun's probably go down to a Lux. JPL does take out an OP. Dead Mile, or I think that's how you pronounce your name. Takes out JPL. One thing I do like what HLLE is trying to do is they're trying to control kind of where like between like 8 squad and I squad are, you know, push basically, what is this, diagonally to Scar. It's kind of what you want to do in offset points. Still not give up like where C squad is for Legion, but put your resources where they are applicable. Maybe it's the highlights that are fucking everything up. I feel like I'm getting better frame rate over here. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. One thing that ooh, that looks like does take a rocket maybe, or an AT gun round. Looks like an AT gun round. Not sure from who or from where. They probably don't have a line of sight on him right now. Looks like lock from behind. Pretty much is engined the Lux. Does go down the raid. We fired his MG. Curious of where the HLLE tankers are playing from. Looks like Eminiscus is actually harassing a 76 or medium tank. Yeah, so he or yeah, looks like a medium tank, probably game spawn medium. Him and Francis OnlyFans probably will take out this medium eventually. I give a little wide shots. That makes no absolute sense whatsoever. Really high in the air. I apologize. Hojo dies. Looks like HLE do have a garrison from behind. Dozer, Matt, Snorkel, and my love for beer. Definitely got a garrison behind somewhere. I assume it's back here in the corner. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not gonna go find it, but it is something to, you know, keep an eye out for. As Legion just continues to push towards ruin. Now, where all these guys are at, this would be good if it was this 4th point, but they still have to push the ruin, so they're kind of in dead cap weight. I mean, both teams are essentially in dead cap weight, so they're not going to start flipping or anything that too soon. Looks like JPL will be the first one towards ruin. slowly making his way there. Let's see what JPL will possibly cook up. There, he's just gonna run around, have fun. That's what we do. We have fun in these games. Grunt, Divinity, Caparzo, and Endarkment. Pretty much farming a Gary. Wrath of Thor, the last one, takes out Endarkment, but does go down to a grenade. Don't know if Legion knows that there's a garrison right there. Looks like Caparzo will get on it. But JPL with the rocket does take it out, so good rocket by JPL there to take out that front door garrison. These guys in the back line slowly making their way up. Ray and Grants. Grants will most likely take out Ray. Yes, he does. Andy. He didn't take out Ivan. Ivan with the MP40 does end up taking him out. Trying to protect his OP. Ivan does take out Roy's and Curry's OP. Take a look at the map for Legion again. Ivan's OP, realistically the only one that's lit up. There's H Squad's OP as well. Flare does go up as well. Saying a lot of as well type things. Yeah, it looks like HLE for the most part is kind of pushed back towards the ruined sector. They don't have... Do they have a heavy tank yet? Yes, they do have a heavy tank coming from Salient 42 right now. With, you know, the amount of fuel they need for another Tiger tank. And yeah, it looks like a lot of HLE forced back onto defense. Probably not due to any sort of cap pressure, but mostly due to just... maybe the garrisons are just all wiped around Scar. Legion is really controlling this battle for the first few minutes. Looks like they do have a Stewie and a 76 on point for defense. We might see a tank battle coming up. Yeah, maybe not yet. Oh, did this tank just blow? Oh, I thought the tank blew up somehow. I'm like, oh no. Jeez, it's just rounds just going everywhere. Like HLE starting to make a little bit of ground back. Trying to reclaim their red line, blue line zone. I would not be surprised if this tank is being harassed yet. Yeah, Snorkel is coming in. I'm not sure if he has a satchel or rockets. I think he does have a satchel. Good on Snorkel. Maryland does hear him. He does end up going down. JB Mech and Stone are probably gonna have to hop out if they want to do anything to this Satchel, and I think they're probably going to die. It's gonna be a pretty big kill for Legion, or for HLLE. Norfolk does end up going down by his one satchel, but still worth it in the grand scheme of things. So it actually, you know, favors HLLE a little bit. I think did Legion get a tank stuck in the water? Oh no, it's right here. Yeah, so Scar is just terrible for admin cam, so I kind of don't want to go to there ever again, but oh well. HLE does have a slight tank advantage now, probably with one more heavy than Legion does. Legion is bringing out another one, but you know, anything can happen. It is Hurtgen after all, so you know, you are going to lose tanks. That's something that a lot of teams, I feel like, do have to take into consideration when playing these matches. Is that you will lose tanks to infantry, just like what we just saw, and it like happens. Same with like Kill 400 and other maps like that, even Mortain. I haven't cast a Mortain game, but this is also my first Hurtgen game, my first PHL game earlier today, so nice little mix-up and some action. Not sure where the HLE heavy tank completely went. Oh, he's over here. Just playing it smart, playing smart angles. They should have another heavy tank coming up, unless they spawn in something different for whatever reason. Okay, we have another garrison spawn over here. Run takes out Redulix and will rocket Gary. Like I said about this map, it's very easy to pick and find the Garys, especially along where basically Legion has control. It's gonna be kind of hard to maintain those garrisons. HLE probably should consider dropping them back like 50 or 20 meters, like 20 to 50 meters. It's really, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Happy rounded, approaching the point. Looks like mid cap is being contested, but it's quickly not going to be contested. Looks like Happy did get seen from Xeon. Not sure. Xeon throwing grenades. It's pretty big if Happy can escape this alive. Carl's also on standby with a 76, looking where Happy's at. So Happy is yeah, he's not in a good place right now. Playing very patient. Xeon, I guess, either disconnects or redeploys. He redeploys. But Happy might... Oh, good timing. Oh my gosh. That is amazing timing. The 76 might know where Happy's at now. Garrison's probably maybe got locked out for a second or two. Kind of interested to see what Happy does with this. He's definitely going to hear the garrison right now. He's going to probably risk his life. Jesus Christ, Happy. What the fuck was that? Let's see what's happening on the Legion defense. That made it get contested. Just a few squad leads, probably just got into the hard cap for a second or two. Nothing, they're not in too dire of a need because, yeah, they still have basic map control. My Left for Beer does take out Commander Bark, I think, or maybe it was a different SL. Nope, no, it's not Bark. Looks like Ivan's squad is slowly pushing up towards Ruin. Relix, the Battle of the Medic Mains. Looks like Ivan's OP might get taken out in a second here. Not sure exactly where their OP is. Relix and Locke just waiting for the spawn wave to come in. Thomasaurus Rex actually sees him spawn in. Locke with 2 pretty big kills. Ivan gonna actually play that pretty smartly and back up a little bit, probably to reposition his OP. Or maybe build the garrison, I don't know. Looks like something died over here for Legion. Oh, it was a little light tank. Interested to see what Raz, Chico, and Blocko are doing. I think Block was trying to take out an OP, maybe? There's a garrison close by, but... Touch Bastard takes out Happy. In any of the frame drops that you're seeing, this is I think Hurtgen Forest, by the way. This isn't like the stream buffering or anything like that. I think this, or the server, I'm pretty sure it's actually Hurtgen. So do keep that in mind. The players are probably also experiencing this because it is very, very choppy for me in admin cam. Legion sizing up a pretty good push onto Ruin. If they can get those guys actually into the Ruin soft cap itself, they can maybe start contesting it or maybe flipping it, but they do have a 76 that is just waiting for them push. This poor Stuart tank is basically tracked, but it is getting repaired by a rep station or two. Go down here where Bearju and Locke and Relix are at. Bearju takes out 2 in quick succession, but does go down to himself from Grant. Just about to reach the halfway mark. I'll just open up the map one more time. Legion, pretty good control. They are starting to make their way closer to Ruin. Pretty much full blue sector zone control. HLE kind of, I would say, just spread a little bit too thin everywhere. But obviously things can change. There's still a lot of game to be played. Still anybody's match to take. I think Tico's on the AT gun. Yes, AT gun in the woods. Always something pretty dangerous to deal with. Wonder what anything's back here at all. Looks like McNasty will be the guy in Artie for HLLE. Not sure what strafing run that was for. Probably JB Mac. And it looks like I'm just gonna fly around the map real quick. I apologize. Yeah, basically it looks like they have like 3 probe SLs in their backline for HLE, and then everyone else is around Ruin. So HLE pretty much kind of cornered into their sector at Ruin. The benefit that they do have is Legion are basically going to try to control this northern part of Ruin, but that's not going to contribute to any sort of cap sector weight. So they do have an advantage with that. You know, Legion might have like a shit ton of people, kind of where shock trauma's at, but that doesn't mean they're contributing any cap weight, and that could play into HLE's advantage and kind of bait them a little bit. But very Tunny gets the better of him. Not sure whose Ari this is, but not being the most useful in the world. I would say that's probably HLE Artie if I had to guess. But it looks like HLE does have 2 76s around the Ruin on both sides of it. Yep, and it's kind of what I kind of said. They're all north of Ruin. Not in any cap weight just yet. They kind of have to cross into basically into these houses to even attempt to get any sort of cap weight. Like Artie, Smoke Artie is coming down. Yep, and I was just about to say that is an airhead that is coming down. Commander marked it as well. Problem is they're gonna have a 76 in their way, and I don't know if that's gonna really be well. This is a very aggressive airhead from Legion. Airhead does come down. I think that was a silent plane airhead because that's a bug still on console, so that's always great to see. At least I didn't hear it. Bombing run is also coming down as well. There's really no one to protect the airhead, so see if Thomasaurus Rex can maybe take it out, if he can dodge the bombing run, if he notices it. See what way the bombing run is going. This will not kill the garrison on point. Tom does go down. Bomb run is coming down. It looks like everybody from HLE around the point will survive. JPL gonna attempt the satchel onto the 76. Does get it down. Not sure. Airhead is destroyed by the 76, so good play from them. A lot of resources used from Legion there. Just to not take out that 76 in time. Probably 20-25 seconds too late on that. HLE will hold on it for the moment. But that does gain a lot of ground also in the front side of Ruin. Looks like this 76 is guarding the only a Gary kind of around the point. Tony does not notice Curry. Tony's gonna go for the satchel instead of taking out the Gary, which I actually do agree with that play. Somehow Curry's rocket doesn't kill Tony, but does end up taking him out. Satchel is on the 76, but oh, he dies to a minor grenade. I think Zom does get the satchel. Ferris also halves out, same with Roadski. Only thing that can really kill them is Artie. I think Zom will get it off. Yes, he does get it off. Good job to those boys for protecting their 76. And here comes the second one, because that could have been pretty disastrous, losing a 76 and a Gary at the same time. They are starting to flip the cap, putting a shit ton of pressure onto HLLE at Ruin. Frosty. Here's if he has the rocket. He is sliding. What the hell was that? Looks like Frosty's gonna get his own satchel now. Does get it on the garrison. Already starting to come down near the satchel tank. Ali, the other TC, hops out trying to protect the Gary. All these TCs are trying to protect the Gary. Tank is turning to try to also protect it. Their own Artie does kill it, so HLE can spawn on it. This tank gonna blow up. Oh, Artie kills the tank crew. Down goes the garrison and the 76. Not sure who's on Artie. Burnt toast on Artie for Legion. Well played Artie. Well placed Artie shells by them. Just over half cap for Legion onto Scar. Pretty good control throughout the sector from Legion. I'm not sure where this might be their only garrison. Ray and Wild Bob. AMAC. King goes down. Wild Bob will take out that Gary. T-Strike was also going down as well. Not sure if that killed the 76 or something, but it does not. Looks like they do have a 76 and a medium. Cap is not yet capped. HLLE making a strong push from the south. I'm not sure if their reinforce is down. Run is also coming in to help secure this cap for Legion. Does end up getting one or two players. Another big satchel. Pretty sure it was Francis OnlyFans that did satchel that tank. Wrath of Thor did hop into the hard cap to contest it for a little bit. Good shot by Happy Rounded on that rocket to kill the medium tank, and that's going to be
The Confederacy is in control of another command post.
another capture for Legion onto Ruin, but lots of HLE still in and around the point. Hopefully their SLs did placed on their OPs. They are starting to cap back right away. Take a look at the map from that cap. Obviously nothing set in stone for Legion yet as far as garrison networks around Ruin, but they do have to start clearing out them that are around these log piles and stuff like that, 'cause that's pretty much what's keeping them in the game right now and helping them cap it back. Not a lot of SLs for Legion in the hard cap of Ruin itself. They probably have to get their guys from Scar and stuff like that moved up, but if they move up too much, you know, if HLE does cap this back, they would have to redeploy back on defense and reset from there. South B and Caparzo. South B. Honestly, that's a big kill for him to get if he can kill Greg and maybe one other player, and just be an annoyance. You know, that's can really drag a lot of eyes away and help your team push up, which he does do so. Shit. Oh no, these guys don't see each other.
There was somebody right there. Where? Right here, crouched. Listen, dude, I've been on tilt over here.
Good comms right there. Looks like Legion is also using the, or HLE is using a bombing run themselves. Did not get the Gary, I believe, but a bunch of guys, maybe Baba and Grants and everybody can take out some OPs in that process. So the Gary forward Legion is inside of a crater, so this cap is still being contested and is actually being artied, so that is a good sign for HLE to retake this back. But they are starting to bring a Tiger tank up to the points. Not certain if that is a 76. It is a 76. We might see one of our first tank battles here shortly. Put on the highlights for this. Not certain if he sees him or not. I don't believe he does. He does not quite yet. I think the log piles are in the way, but I'm pretty sure he's getting hit by an AT gun or maybe a medium tank in the distance. I think it is a medium tank. 76 is moving into position to engage this Tiger. Looks like whatever tank or something that was in the distance does go down. See what this heavy tank is going to do himself. Both these tanks are probably now pinged out from both teams. I would say Tiger with the major advantage here. Dunny's moving up with the satchel. Does go and die to his own team's Artie. More Artie takes out more players for Legion. Looks like this 76 is going for the kill shot. Or going for the kill, I should say. .76 with the first shot. Will the Tiger back up in time? Sam, Gosh, Hurtgen Forest do take out the Tiger tank. Well played by them, but I'm pretty sure another Tiger is on its way. Does end up going down anyways. I'm not sure to what. Grenade T-gun somewhere built. Oh! Medium from the side. Mahojo solo TC or solo tank crewman does take out a 76 from the side. Well played by them. So it looks like Legion do have better control of the hard cap around Ruin. Still HLE spread out here and there. Lots of HLE just spawned in. Go see what was blown up over here. Pretty sure... Oh, it was a Greyhound that was stuck in a trench. Okay. I was wondering what was killed over there. Oh, man. HLE in a bit of a pinch. Just under halfway to go. Legion winning this 4-1 currently in the semifinals match of TPL Season 4. Winner moves on to meet 6th in the grand final. Loser will unfortunately be knocked out of the tournament, but there's always next season if you do end up losing. Pretty good match so far. Legion, I would say, controlled aggression from their part, and HLE just haven't really gained ground back from whenever they lose it, it seems. You know, it's a slow, I would say, push from Legion that was from Scar to Ruin that really, like, solidified them. They made sure that, you know, there wasn't going to be any surprises that were going to happen whatsoever. Just slowly constricted HLE to their hard point. Tried to do an airhead, didn't really work, but within, like, you know, the next like 5-10 minutes they got a cap. Looks like Southie might get a kill onto this solo tank. Does get one rocket into him. And down goes Mahojo. Looks like we got some more Southern Woods action. Randy, the commander for HLE, trying to hold it down for his boys. Might be looking at his map right now. Also, probably trying to tell his guys to stay calm. There's still plenty of game left. They can capture 2 points in half of the match, so can they. Game's not over for HLE whatsoever. I mean, it's a pretty big mountain to climb, especially against a team like Legion. It's like they do have a garrison in their back HQ from Ohio, Maho, and Emaniscus. Curious of how that's going to play out. AT gun from Ferris there. Bomb run is coming down for Legion on the border. Not sure if they got a Gary Payne or not, but it is going to take out... Looks like it did take out a Gary, or at least some supplies. Looks like Dan is going to be on his way to rebuild it. Too many trees on this map. My left beer crawling up. Wonder if Caparzo's gonna see him. Both miss a few shots, but Caparzo does get the killing blow. One thing that would interest me is it's gonna be hard for HLE to probably get some. They are gonna launch an airhead, it seems. Basically where Donnie and Xeon are at. Darkman, really the closest one to them. It's like Xeon probably does see the airhead. Maybe he does not. Oh my gosh. Airhead is spawnable. I think Spartan saw it, but doesn't know exactly where it's at. Same with Tom and Burger. I think these guys see it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Almost a little bit of a scare. I thought Legion was somehow going to get that off, but good eyes from some of the HLLE guys. What that also does do is it kind of advances KP and C Squad a little bit forward. We'll follow Dan here. See if he can make any more progress, and he immediately goes down before I have a chance to even follow him. So that's great. One thing about fighting in the woods, as a suggestion for all players, is to not move or really not sprint at all, because you'll just die like fairly easily if you start sprinting. In my opinion, you know, just basically walk, like hip fire. That's my suggestion, but you don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. I'm just a commentator. Looks like they are starting to get up something musty on a garrison. We'll probably sadly be strafing run off this garrison. There he goes. I wonder if I turn Gore off if it improves FPS. Some HLE seem to get pretty close to the point. It's just that they can't break through. Looks like another bombing run is coming in. Not too sure where from, but this we'll see in a little bit. See if Divinity dies. He does not. Wild Bob. Snorkel. Dan. Dan and Grants finish Bob off. Dan does go down to Ivan. Leave those boys to battle it out. Frosty and Zito. A lot of guys repairing that medium tank right now for HLLE. Looks like Legion do have 2 Tigers around Ruin with 1 on the way with 490 fuel to spare. And that medium does get taken out when we missed it, but it was going to go down to one of the Tigers eventually. Nothing lasts forever and hell it loose. Except for friendship. Nothing too out of the ordinary for Legion. They're pretty consolidated around the red-blue line. Same with HLLE for their own side of the map. There's really no holes. It's just a battle of the red-blue line. But if HLLE do want, if they do want to cap back Ruin, they would probably have to get the D8 sector, you know, get something back, maybe back in here, and then push from the south, because, you know, if they just keep beating their head against the door, especially like a team like Legion, on a map like Hurtgen as well, it's probably not going to fare well for them, but, you know, anything can still happen. It's hella loose. You know, you're always 2 minutes away from losing the point and 4 minutes away from losing the game. Rossi gets a kill on Donnie. Wild Bill pushing Relux' OP, does take it out, does take out Relux as well. Pretty unfortunate for I cannot pronounce his name, for him to lose his OP. Not sure if they have a 76 back here. They do. Not entirely certain where these tanks are at. I see the Tiger in the distance. I think it's behind one of the unrendered things, because this map is terrible. But looks like the other Tiger does see him as well. Looks like they do kill, most likely an AT gun. Yes, they do. Back in these woods. Cappy might be closing in on the Gary. Yes, he is. He's gonna go down to Xander. Probably marked it out and called that out for Don. Ivan and his squad will push that garrison. Dawn with 1. Does go down to Lock. Xander with a pretty big rocket. I'm not sure who he killed. I think he killed Dunny with that rocket. Half hour to go. 1/3 of the game remaining. We have played 2/3 already. A half hour till we decide who will play in the final. So far it's looking like LGN will be playing 6th, but anything can happen within a half hour. Like a good amount of HLE guys are being supported now back here in the woods. Actually slowly moving up against LGN a little bit. Just launching rockets into the woods. Hopefully they hit a tree and kill somebody. what Baba can do, but does go down to Hugh. Leave those guys to duke it out in the south. Move up a little bit to the north. See what we have going on here. Wonder if Divinity is maybe waiting for a tank to spawn in. Or if he's gonna turn on the Carl. Carl does get him with the grease gun. They do have, you know, 3 heavy tanks now for Legion onto the ruin. Maho is coming up in a, I assume, game spawn medium. They do have 750 fuel for another Tiger when it is available to them to use. But, you know, HLE making progress in the south. You know, HLE is dedicating a lot of their resources to pushing the south and having control. Which is what they need to do. They need to control the south if they want to capture this point. It's kind of how you capture ruin. I mean, yeah, you can capture it from the north, but south is, you know, I would say a little bit more important. You know, you could say I'm wrong about that, but they are making a dent in the Legion boys over here. Legion really doesn't have to move up at all. They can kind of just hold their position, maybe slowly move up to the red-blue line, maybe try to take out that Gary. But like, we do have a tank ricochet somewhere. Not entirely sure where that's from. Don't know if that's in the HQ or not. Flare does go up for Legion. Let's actually look in this HQ if there's any fancy tanks back here. Looks like a bombing run is coming onto this HLE garrison. I'm not entirely sure where it's actually at. Will it hit it? It will not, so unfortunate use of the bombing run there for Legion. They're not going to get the garrison, but they might get some kills. Looks like a cap is starting onto the point. Chosen and Darkened Eagles. Pretty big spawn wave. That's a safe spawn wave. Not sure if they got the garrison with that. Briz got the garrison. He did not. Just overshot it. It is probably marked. Wonder if he'll try to get it again and kill Jaeger and Berger in the process. If he does have another garrison, or another rocket, my bad. He's just going to redeploy. Never mind. I thought we were going to get a rocket snipe, but sadly we did not. Pretty much all soft cap pressure. There is 2 guys in hard cap. Lots more HLE do spawn in. Already cannot reach that, so unfortunately they cannot farm that garrison, but they're driving a tank in the woods. Interesting choice by Mahojo. I don't disagree with that. It is something a little bit different. Teams probably don't expect it. But it looks like Happy is marking the garrison. And it looks like it does get destroyed. I'm not entirely sure who got it. Maybe one of the tanks on point, which is probably getting satcheled right now. Agent Stone does get out. Don't know if it's satcheled, but there's an airhead also coming down as well, right in front of the Tiger. Donnie does kill him. Not entirely sure if this is satcheled or not. Donnie's gonna have to satchel this Tiger. does get the satchel off. I did not find it. Maybe it was in its tracks. I really didn't see, but HLE is going to get the airhead down, but they are also losing their own point. So it's kind of a matter of, are you going to spend more resources to defend, or are you going to, you know, hopefully whoever's going to spawn on defense and come back and do what they have to do. But I don't know what I'm saying. Bomb run is going down. Legion are starting to put massive amounts of pressure onto Lumberyard. Garrison is right at ruin, so we might have a cap race coming up. So HLE is defending momentarily, but Legion are pretty much do have hard cap control, even though no one's in hard cap. I'm not sure if the airhead is active. I do not see it, so HLE is probably going on full defense now, spawning at both the north and southern Garys around the Lumberyard. Legion are going to start the flood in. No aggressive OPs from them at all. Oh, looks like HLE will recover. Legion with a crossfire of, you know, 3 tanks essentially. Gonna be really tough now for HLE to do something. Looks like Ivan was on the Gary on point and does get it marked. I'm not sure if anybody will have an angle onto it. Maybe if one of the tanks hits one of these trees, he can maybe get splash radius and destroy it, but only time will tell. Lots of HLE in the woods just north of the hard point. Roma takes out 2 in quick succession. I can't really say that word, so I'm not going to say it ever again. Looks like Mahojo is going to drive his solo medium onto the point. Pretty sure they are trying to mark the Gary. They are marking the Gary. I think Maho might just, you know, park his medium on the point. And goes in the ditch. Not sure if he has a sight line or not. Don't think he does. I think the garrison does go down on the point. Still a lot of HLE in the sector though. Not too many Legion. They are getting pressured here in the north, but it's kind of scattered pressure. It's nothing too much they have to worry about quite yet. Anything can still happen though. It's like Zoidberg is gonna get a rocket into his butt. Or if Hans will hear him. It's like someone does take out Zoidberg. I think Joe might have actually purposely tried to get inside the trench, so it's a little bit harder of an angle for them to kill him. I think Curry just hit him in the nose of the tank. Lots of Legion flooding into the match now. Not sure if HLE have a last-ditch bombing run to seize off this push for a little bit longer so they can recover back on defense, but Andy could be a hero if he can wipe out OP or two, maybe. Does end up going down. Giant spawn wave from a garrison. Bark Roma. It's gonna hold off the push from HLE or from Legion. I'm not sure if Moho has a sightline on that Gary.
Yes, pen me from the side, daddy.
Okay, Joe, thanks for that commentary. He does not see the Gary, so that's big, but not sure what that was. Satchel goes down, kills no one. Joe had to seen all those guys spawn in. I think that might be... There's an airhead down for Legion. I didn't even notice that, but airhead is also down for Legion as well. Massive spawn wave on the garrison. Garrison is now gone on the point for HLLE. This might be it. Tigers are now driving onto the point as well to help out and finish out this cap. Roughly a minute left in this semifinal matchup if Legion continues, unless HLE has something up their sleeve to contest them. Lots of Legion in the hard cap itself. They have an airhead down, multiple OPs around the point. Bombing run is also going down for Legion. Just under 45 or so seconds left. This bombing run actually might kill more Legion than it will HLE. And that is probably going to do it. And that is probably going to seal up the game. I'm not going to say it quite yet. And that is the game. GG's to both teams. Well played. Hats off to HLE for an incredible season. Hopefully we see you guys back and better than ever. Congrats to Legion on making the finals. They will face 6 off in the TPL finals. So I think we have a crack of a game coming up. Again, hats off to HLE. Hats off to Legion for a nice little match on Hurtgen Forest. That being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the stream. I don't know who's going to cast the finals for TPL, but congrats to you if you do it. If I do it, cool. I don't know. But that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go take a nap because I am dying right now. I thought I was about to... Honestly, before I thought I was going to stream this game, I thought I was going to fall asleep halfway through it, but I didn't. So anyways, everyone have a good night and good afternoon, good morning, and again, go hug a loved one. thanks for watching, everybody. Have a yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye.